So you are, dare I say, a campaign expert. So you're a perfect person to talk about all things 2024 with. But first, the frontrunner of the GOP presidential race by most polls is Donald Trump. And as of right now, he is expected to potentially be indicted as early as this week. What do you think a potential indictment would do to Trump's political aspirations?
He has a very strong base, probably one of the strongest bases I've ever seen in my lifetime of following politics. So I don't believe the voters that support him will particularly be turned off by hearing this news. I think it's going to cause them to double down and support him even more. We may even see some riots. We may see some more uptick in hopefully not protest and maybe even some violence similar to January 6th. I know I saw a story this morning where in New York City, they were setting police cars on fire this morning. So I see that his base is going to rally around him. Will he actually be arrested and go to prison? That's something else. And that may kind of end his political aspirations. But as far as his base and the support from the party, I think they're going to stick beside him.
Amani, do you think we actually live in a political landscape where an indictment could bolster his campaign? I'm thinking back to the midterms when a red wave really failed to materialize. He was semi-blamed for that. When he was even announcing his 2024 presidential run, that speech was largely panned as his vigor being lost. So do you think that this is invigorating to his base, to his campaign?
Absolutely. I believe that they feel like they are being unfairly attacked. And that's the narrative that has been running since 2020 when he, in fact, lost the election but refuses to admit defeat. So this is just kind of going to go towards the opinion that they already have that Trump is unfairly victimized, that he is picked on, that he is bullied, that he is being singled out because he is the one who can truly save us all. So this is kind of an additional layer of support in their minds for that narrative that they are going to continue to run with.
And knowing that this could both embolden him as a candidate and his base, how do you think the left should react?
I think the left should they can use this to their advantage, and I think that they will. I think they need to point out just how unfit he is for office, how he's already been removed from office because of his loss, but how he was also impeached, how he was corrupt. And they need to continue to point these things out and show that this does not make a leader. This should not be what reflects the leader of the nation. And they should kind of use that to their advantage and just show the differences between what a president like Biden is compared to what a president like Trump could be, especially if he is convicted as a criminal. We can't have a criminal leading the United States. It's not right.
Amani, you've worked on a lot of Democratic campaigns. Let's say you were helping a campaign out right now. I know we are a bit away from 2024, but would you tell that campaign, hey, double down on focusing on Donald Trump, or pivot or denounce him and kind of pivot to more kitchen table issues that matter to voters?
I would tell them to absolutely focus on the issue. Speak your piece on the Trump situation if you're asked about it, but I would not advise anybody to make it the cornerstone of their campaign. That is probably one of the biggest criticisms that a lot of Democrats running across the country get, is because it's easy to deflect away from the issues and focus on the boogeyman on the other side. I think voters, especially Democratic voters, are very hungry for materialized change and materialized differences in their lives. And people running for office this year should focus on ways that they can improve people's lives and platform issues and specific programs that they can offer voters that are going to be in a benefit to their lives.
Sure. Before we get on to the Democratic side, I do want to finish up on the GOP. As of our conversation right now, 3 contenders have announced, including Donald Trump. Based on your experience, what's the sweet spot for people to announce that they are going into the race?
I think for a presidential race, you need to give yourself at least 2 years to really campaign, fundraise, do a good, strong field strategy, and really get your message out there. So the timing is about right, I would say.
Got it. And now moving on to the Democratic side, as of our conversation right now, it has been strongly hinted that Joe Biden will be running, but he has not officially announced. Do you think it would benefit him to officially announce that he is running for re-election?
I think there's no time like the present, and I'm not really understanding why not go ahead and announce it so you can start campaigning. I think there's been a couple of soft launches. You know, he's doing more tweets. Have been more press. There was an event at the White House that I saw on social media the other day. So clearly they're warming up to something. So I would say an announcement is imminent, but I think we should go ahead and get that going.